All right, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of our Madden 25 Connected Franchise Owner Mode Fantasy Draft Buffalo Bills Ralph Wilson YouTube series. Welcome to episode number 64. Hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. Today we are celebrating the 42-3 massacre we committed over the Tennessee Titans yesterday in episode number 63. Bills 42, Titans 3. It's a thing of beauty. We are following up that game by progressing our wonderful players. Today we are at our final segment of our team. We, of course, break our team into 6 segments. Today we are taking care of all of our DBs and specialists, which is nice because as of this, we will finish upgrading all the players who have rollover points from last year. So Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, whose name hilariously does not even fit on the marquee, is going to be able to spend almost 35,000 points, which is pretty amazing. His upgrades mostly lie, I think. Now his covering ability and his catching ability are pretty outstanding. I'm not saying that's not the case. His catching, I mean, he has the best hands of anyone in our defensive backfield. I up man coverage to get it to 90 just as a matter of doing so, and his consistency will get up to 2, so we get it halfway there. After that, Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, he is such a speed-based player. There are things that he just doesn't. Will never be good at. His speed is 98 after all, one of the fastest corners in the whole league. So, when you look at his hit power, it's going to be 50. His tackling, yeah, it's going to be 50, and we can upgrade it, but it's very expensive upgrades. 1,800 points just to get it up to a 51 would still be terrible. Stiff arm, block shedding is awful at 30. So there's always things that he's going to struggle with. Last year, he mostly focused on his zone coverage upgrade, which is getting better. It's up to 80. We're going to try and get that up to about an 85 today. To keep working on that, it doesn't necessarily have to be a huge strength of his. It used to be a huge weakness, a big liability. If we can even just get to that to the point of decent respectability, which I think 85 does, then boom. His press man coverage, meanwhile, is truly awful at just 55. Now, we don't play press man like ever, but it would be nice to have his a bit higher to see if we can play it every once in a while, because Vontae Davis's press ability is off the charts good. So if we could even get him up to like a 70, that being Rodgers-Cromartie, it would allow us to use that a little bit more, especially depending on what kind of receivers the other team's fielding. Like, for example, I'm surprised more teams don't use press against us. Like a guy like Mario Manningham would be hard to corral in press man coverage, but little guys like Deshaun Jackson, who's only 5'11", and is light and speedy as the wind, would be pretty easy to try and manhandle in press coverage, as long as you could make sure he doesn't step by but teams don't generally do that. And Doug Baldwin's another kind of smaller guy. We don't have a lot of big body wide receivers. Our biggest guy by far is Geno Castro, who's still only 6'2", not exactly your 6'5" Calvin Johnson. Aside from that, for Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, I think we work up his play recognition to maybe a 75. There are very few teams that run wide receiver screens like ever, but it would be nice if we had that just in case. And then his awareness, only 82. It'd be nice to tackle eventually, but we're not going to have an opportunity for that. Pursuit, let's just get that up to a 60 just because of OCD, and that's that. So we splurged 34,000 points on Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, really make his man coverage elite, and there you go, up to a 90 overall. Up 2 points just from that phenomenal stuff. Vontae Davis, meanwhile, we get a chance to just marvel in his greatness for a moment. First of all, Vontae Davis's man coverage, 92. That obviously does not need to be touched. His zone coverage, speed 93. I mean, these are physical things that we're not going to be able to upgrade because they're just so expensive. Development, no point in upgrading his development, already 27 years old. Jumping ability, press coverage. You see his press coverage, 96. One of the best coverage people in the entire NFL. Maybe you look at a guy like Darrelle Revis and say, okay, yeah, he's a better press man person, but aside from that, there's almost nobody better. His consistency trait, I think we get that up to a 2. just to make him a bit more reliable. Aside from that, his catching upgrade would be nice if we could even get it up to like a 68, because Vontae Davis, unlike Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, who actually has a pretty sweet set of hands, Davis drops a lot of picks. There's a lot of times it happened this past game. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie had 2 sweet opportunities for interceptions. He picked off both balls. Vontae Davis had 1 sweet opportunity, and he blew it. It was not a successful play. So from there, we're going to work on his play recognition, get it up to an 80. We'll check out his awareness as well. But I don't really want to change his cover ability at all. His covering is so stellar. Man coverage, press man, all that is wonderful. His catching is really the biggest thing. Zone coverage up to an 85 already. I think we can leave that. We play very little zone with our corners as it is. From there, I think we look at awareness. It would be nice to get his awareness up to a 90. We won't be able to do that today, but hopefully we can come back and do that another time. Vontae Davis, already a really elite level corner at this point, and he's only getting better. Up now to a 93 from a 96. And pardon me, I thought Vontae Davis was 27. Excuse me. I do not have my notes in front of me. Now I do. He is up to just 26 years old. I thought he was 27. I apologize. 26 and just getting better. Next up is Drake Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick had slow development. We upgraded it last year. He was a second-year player last year to normal, and I have to say we upgraded one more time to quick. He's only going to get more playing time as the season goes on. He was a 17th overall selection in 2012 for the Cincinnati Bengals, and he's our nickel package corner, but we play a lot of nickel, so he gets a lot of playing time. Had 2 picks this past game. After I think only getting 2 interceptions, or pardon me, one interception all last season. I could be wrong on that, but I think that's the reality. Went up from a 78 to an 82 last year, and we're only going to work on getting him better and better. Kirkpatrick does struggle in man coverage. His overall development being ramped up. We've invested 50,000 points in that now. We upgraded it last year from slow to normal. Now it's from normal to quick. So hopefully that will take care of some of the other aspects of his game. In the meantime, we're going to manually help his man coverage along, get that up to an 85. His zone coverage is phenomenal for a corner. As you can see, it's 92. And he's a good, he doesn't have great speed, not dominant speed. His speed is, I think, 90 or 89. There you have it. It's 89. So not a burner like Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie would be, but there's other aspects to his game that are solid. Great press man. He struggles with man coverage a bit. We're ramping that up, but his tackling is very solid. 71 is very good for a corner. His pursuit, 84, again, very good for a corner. So he's just a very different skill set from kind of who the other guys we have, and hopefully we can keep ramping up his ability as time goes on. I think he could be a really, really strong player for us. Chris Johnson, 19,000 points. Johnson, I'm really only interested in upgrading his coverage ability because he comes into the game as our 5th corner. He's a veteran. Chris Johnson is 35 years old. So the more we can do to just have him be someone who can come into a game and cover, the better. Aside from that, it doesn't matter to me a whole lot what he's all about. He has phenomenal speed for someone his age. I think he still has 95 speed. So he can come in and he can play and still run with all of those young guys. It's just a matter of whether or not he can cover. Man coverage, beauty. Already 85, not bad. We'll get it up to a 90 if we can. And no, we can't even get it up another one. Very expensive upgrade once you get to the age of Chris Johnson. We'll go back to our corners. The next man we have up, I'm really interested. Pardon me, Chris Johnson's only 34. I had 35. Maybe my notes are wrong. No, I'm just not looking at my notes. Going off memory isn't as good. Brian McCann, anyways. We wanted him to take a step this year. Has he taken a step? Kind of. But the reality is he's still not playing up as strongly as we'd hoped. He is our 4th corner this year. Last year he rode the bench. For the most part, came in very particular situations, was our 5th cornerback. This year he's 4th, so he's coming in dime situations, and he's struggled. He's already 26 years old. We were hoping that he would kind of be a guy for the future. The reality, though, is it's looking like he might not get there. we don't want to give up on him, but there's just elements of his game that need to be improved upon in a large way. His man coverage is very strong now. It's up to a 90. We'll work on his zone coverage, get it up to a 75, but his tackling is really rough. His play recognition is abominable. There's just things that he needs to learn and do and develop on his own, because manually we'll never be able to get him to where he needs to be. Play recognition, we can sink in a bunch of points, get him up to the low 50s, but there's just the bottom line is you brought him in, and we granted we used a very low fantasy draft selection on him. McCann originally went undrafted back in, I think, the 2009 NFL draft. He was signed on as a free agent by the Dallas Cowboys, and I believe he's now with the Cardinals. So he still is in the league, but he's bouncing in and out of the league, has been cut many times, is really just a depth guy. So we help his play recognition there, get it up to a 54, but it's still miserable. And for the future, obviously, we don't have any pressing needs at corner because Vontae Davis, Dominic Rodgers, Camardi, Dre Kirkpatrick's so young. And we did bring in Jason Romano, who's a youngin', just 20 years old, who also has some big holes in his game, but anyways, we'll see how that goes. On to Jason Romano, the rookie. This is our first chance to really get a look at Romano. We have not upgraded him in any way, shape, or form yet. His development is normal, which for now is fine. Romano's big thing is he just struggles with being a cornerback. He has the fundamentals of a linebacker almost. Speed is very good for a linebacker, not very good for a corner. It's only 88. But he's a big hitter. He's got 71 strength, very good for a corner. His catching, 78, very good for a corner. His tackling is 85, which is off the charts for a corner. Hit power 84, again, off the charts for a corner. Like, he's got some incredible defensive capabilities. He just has no idea how to cover somebody. Zone coverage is 64, man coverage is 75. We'll start off with his man coverage because that's typically what he does when he gets on the field, which isn't often. But we can get his man coverage. Just start by getting that up to an 80. After that, I think the best thing to do is go to his awareness and just crank that up a bit, up a whole bunch. So his man coverage is at least now respectable for a 20-year-old, and his awareness, we should be able to just now get it up to the mid-70s, which would be hugely advantageous for us. Make him more useful on the field for sure. When he does get on the field, he really only gets on, I think, in quarter, when we play quarter, which is very rare. And he gets on in special teams as well. Romano, obviously, he was our final pick of the 5th round. He was drafted 160th overall this past NFL draft. So it's not as if we have a huge commitment to him. Awareness up to 75 now, which is nice. So it's not like we've built the future of our franchise on him. It was a low risk, high reward pick. And if his coverage skills can get there, I think he could be a really great third corner eventually. Because while some things are low, there are other aspects of him that are great. But anyways, moving on, we're on to Chris Connie now. Chris Connie, the free safety, backing up Jamarcus Sanford of the real-life Chicago Bears. We start off just by getting his tackling up to 82. Chris Connie, 25 years of age. His development, I believe, is normal. Sure enough, there it is. It is normal. I don't think it's worth upgrading at this point. We've tried using Chris Connie in and around. He's had chances to really improve. The reality is he's not taking advantage of those opportunities. I'm not a huge fan of his, to be perfectly honest. Because he's 25 and Jamarcus Sanford, the starter's 29, I've had people comment, oh, you should be starting Connie, you can develop him. The reality is we're already developing our other safety. Shamarko Thomas was a rookie last season. And is still figuring things out. So I like having a veteran presence in the safety area in the backfield, using Jamarcus Sanford to kind of create an air of comfort for Shamarko Thomas, if you will. Eventually, will Chris Connie be the heir apparent to the free safety spot? Maybe, but certainly not this year or the foreseeable future. He's developed decently. He started as a 75 up to an 81 after those upgrades. But Jamarcus Sanford still superior in my opinion, to the point of me not really considering anymore putting Connie in. Again, Connie has not played well when he's given a chance. Sanford lacks speed, only 83 speed, but he's a great hitter, which is rare for a free safety. And his coverage is strong. Zone coverage is 90. His tackling ability is 87. Again, really rare for a free safety. There's things he does well. Block shedding is 75. Again, very good for a free safety. Really more of a linebacker type almost. His man coverage is awful, but his man coverage, he almost never covers in man. Almost exclusively plays zone. We're going to start off with his play recognition, get it up to about a 75. From there, we can look at upgrading his man coverage a bit, maybe give him a tackling upgrade of 1 or 2 levels. But for the most part, I'm very happy with what we get out of Jamarcus Sanford. We'll get his awareness up to about an 84, and no, we're out of points. Sanford didn't have many points. We upgraded him a couple episodes ago as a bonus because he had the most points of anybody on the entire list. Now we're on to our 2 strong safeties. Marcus Gilchrist, the backup of the real-life San Diego Chargers, was drafted by the Chargers in the 2nd round of the 2011 draft. I don't think has proven to be a dominant player, at least not in this game. A strong safety with only a 74 tackling ability is not a beacon of developmental glory. Let's just say that. However, he plays on special teams, does a decent job. We'll start off by giving him that tackling upgrade he needs to get to an 80. Zone coverage is where we're going next. Zone coverage for a strong safety in our system needs to be high, and we can get him up to about an 85. Let's call it there. After that, man coverage for Gilchrist isn't bad. We'll get it up to a 78 and leave it there. That's an expensive upgrade. And with his remaining points, I think it's just awareness. Getting him, Gilchrist older than the starter who's in front of him, Thomas, who's better. Also, Thomas still just 23 years old, Gilchrist 25. So Gilchrist likely not an incumbent, but it'd be nice to ramp up his ability. He came to us as a 71 overall strong safety, is now sitting came into this season at 75, so up 4 points, and we'll see what he comes away with after these upgrades. Now I would have a hunch that he's up to a 76, maybe even a 77. Meanwhile, the man in front of him, there you go, 77 for Marcus Gilchrist. Shamarko, a.k.a. Sharknado Thomas, has developed beautifully for us. We've worked on his development. We've got it up to quick, I believe, from slow or normal. I can't remember how many times we've upgraded it, either once or twice. We'll check in a moment. His awareness is the biggest thing right now. His tackling ability isn't great either, but there are some things that he does very, very well. His development, and I'm not seeing his development here. That's interesting. And not available? Yeah. Oh, maybe it's because it's Superstar. Maybe we upgraded it that far. Either way, he's a physical freak. Acceleration is great. Speed is phenomenal. His agility, very nice. Hit power, incredible. Jumping ability, very good. He's clutch. His predictability is difficult to anticipate, I suppose. But his stamina is great. Like just across the board, generally, a very good physical player, a good guy who's worth developing, in my opinion. Block shedding, not bad for a strong safety. That could use some work. But for the most part, I think it's about getting up his awareness and getting up his zone coverage. The awareness and the zone coverage are two of kind of the purebred safety skills you're looking at. But I'm really happy to try and instill those kind of key skills in a guy like Shamarko Thomas, who's got such a great physical frame and physical raw abilities, as opposed to work with someone who they're young and their physicals are pretty terrible, but oh look, they have the finesse side of the position down. So we get his awareness up to an 80. We'll get his zone coverage up to an 80, no problem here. And after that, I think his tackling will get a little bit of love, up to about a 76 if we can afford it. And we'll come back and we'll work on his tackling the next time we come around to his position. But ultimately, I'm very, very happy with where Shamarko Thomas started. Again, he's just a second-year player, just 23 years of age, and there you go, an 82. So started the year off at 80, already up 2 points from that, 7 points overall dating back to last season. Very impressive stuff. I think in 3 years he could be one of the best strong safeties in the entire National Football League. Greg the Leg, we're going to start off just with his kicking accuracy. It was at an 86. Greg the Leg, obviously not the most accurate kicker in the world. Definitely a power-oriented kicker. There we get his ability up to 91. That is nice. He came into the season 86 overall, and he is now sitting at a 90, which is really nice to see. Sam Martin, meanwhile, the sophomore punter, came into last season as a rookie. Now will have an opportunity. He's got a huge leg. Kicking power is 94. Kicking accuracy will be where we spend all of his points, I think, until he becomes equally adept at both kicking with accuracy and power. And there you go. We get his accuracy up to 91, and that's perfect. And so we get to the end of the roster. It took us a while. This last group is a big one, but we've now checked over the whole roster this season, and that's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing. We move on. No, we are not interested in trading for Brandon Fusco. We will leave that. And it's scouting. Booyah. We get to scout for the first time this season. I love it, and we have more points to work with because of the upgrades we put together. Now, scouting for this season is going to be interesting. We don't really have, to be perfectly honest, any huge needs on our squad. I think, really where the only places where we're old are at the defensive tackle spot, where we have two of our starters in the 30s, Vince Wilfork at 32, Rob Ninkovich at 30, and we have at the left side of our offensive line, some older guys, Michael Roos and Ben Grubbs, 32 and 30 respectively. But then again, they have some really nice guys working behind them. Brandon Mosley's developing really nice at the right guard spot. Johnny Culbreath, Bruce Campbell developing at the backup tackle spots. And really across from that, I don't see a lot of places. We're very young at tight end. Maybe we bring in a quarterback, but Aaron Rodgers is still only 30 years old, not going anywhere for a while. And even then, at the wide receiver spot, we're still in the 20s across the board. We just brought in Geno Castro. We're bringing along Doug Baldwin. I think maybe this year the places that we target are going to be defensive tackle as one. And then aside from that, maybe, and this is off the board a bit, but maybe the other place we look is at the middle linebacker spot. Now, John Bostic has been playing pretty well for us this season, but depending on how he develops, he hasn't developed as fast as we'd hoped. Maybe we look at him. Now, obviously, we hopefully won't have the 17th pick available. Stefan Timmons is the first player to pop up here, 6'1", 282 at the defensive tackle spot. I would still like to draft a defensive tackle. I like this kind of stockpiling. Vargo, Poteet, Simeon, and Lavelle. All slated to go within 7 picks of each other. What I think we should do is kind of stick around this area and see if we can find someone who's a diamond in the rough in that area. Keep in mind as well that we have 2 third-round picks this season. We picked up an extra one from the Giants and then the Bengals after originally losing ours, so we have extra room to wiggle around. First, though, let's start off with Timmons. Let's just go off with his overall as an F. Okay. That was a popular thing to happen with some of the guys this past draft who I've actually looked at off camera. I'll introduce you guys to some of the guys as we go along. A lot of defensive tackles we checked out last year, Jordan Adantor, Merrill Ritter, Odigazua, those guys came away with horrible overall ratings, but a ton of speed and very little strength, which is weird to me. Players who really should be playing middle linebacker instead of defensive tackle, but the game, for whatever reason, gives them a ton of speed and very little other things to really make them a defensive tackle, and that seems to be the running theme here again. So we picked up a defensive tackle this past season, Camille Linton, or this past offseason, I should say, who went undrafted in this year's draft, and I'm thinking maybe that was the right move because it appears as though and on those top guys again they all fall into kind of that medium height category of 6'1" to 6'3", and sub 300-pound defensive tackles, which I'm not really a fan of. Obviously, Rob Ninkovich is playing a defensive tackle for us right now, who's smaller, but I really like the Vince Wilfork, Casey Hampton prototype defensive tackles, where if you're only 6'1", that's okay, but you need to be 330 pounds. Anyways, we're going to go with up by 3 today. You've got 3 minutes to go, and you're up by 3. Hold on to win it. The flippity flops, you know what? The on-field competition in real games so far since making the change to all Madden has been pretty disappointing. We've come away with 2 very easy victories over the Redskins and Titans, respectively. However, the flippity flops have been destroying us. The flippity flops, I think, have won 2 out of 5, or maybe even 2 out of 6. Oh, sorry, I'm saying that the wrong way. 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 6. I'm not sure which one it is. Practices so far. They have been really limiting the number of points we can get to develop our players, and that's driving me freaking crazy. And so we need to win today. I don't want to put too much pressure on us, but I said on Tuesday that if we lost again to the flippity flops, that I would go running in the streets without my clothes on. No, I said if we lost that day, that's what I would do. I would go running in the streets with my clothes off, screaming. And I did that, actually. I did. And I'm going to do it again today. If we lose again, because I can't stand losing out on the developmental points. It's so important to get as many points to bring along your players as far as possible, especially if over a season. I mean, think about it. If you lose out on every practice scenario you play over the course of a season, that's 20 practices. That's 20,000 points. That could be the difference between a prospect making it or not. And so losing to the flippity flops, not an option for us here, folks. Basman Hooker up to the 28-yard line on the return. All we need to do is put together a nice drive here and kick a field goal with zeros on the clock. That's all we have to do. And to get in Greg the leg range, all we need is about, what do we need? Not even 50 yards. 50 yards would be overkill even at this point. There, Ryan Williams takes the ball. Nice little hole. It kind of stumbled coming out of the gate, but 4 yards up the gut. Nice first play. That's good. I say we go to the Twins. I love this play. The Bill slot cross. This play so effective. Baldwin going out into the flat. Jeff Cumberland staying in the block so Rogers can roll out to that side just gently with no block. And beautiful Eric Baldwin. And the guy dives, misses. Eric Baldwin puts his head down, makes him miss. Eric Baldwin, 35-yard reception there. Outruns a guy, runs over another. And Eric Baldwin, I'm sorry, I'm a sucker for a good truck. And I said truck there. Truck. That's right. He had of course, Eric Baldwin had the thumbnail from last week. But I need this image right here to make my life for today's thumbnail. There we go. Eric Baldwin trucking the hell out of another guy. And yes, I said trucking with a TR at the front. Man, you trucked me so good last night. So yeah, first down, Buffalo Bills. Anyways, John Kuhn picks up a nice block there. Ryan Williams trying to get outside, hacked down, but not before going for 6 yards, and that'll bring up the 2-minute warning. So all we need to do here is get another first down. I assume we'll run it 3 times. Flippity flops will use their timeouts, and as long as we can get a first down, we should be able to end the practice scenario with a field goal, zeros on the clock. And there goes Ryan Williams. He puts his head down, makes a man beg for mercy. I love it. Runs over, looked to be the strong safety. And there we go. First down at the 14-yard line, Bills. The flippity flops not calling one of their timeouts. Interesting decision. I would have expected them to. Maybe they want us to score a touchdown. I don't know. They want us to score a touchdown so they can get the ball back, huh? Is that what you want, flippity flops? I've become so paranoid because I'm so sick and tired of losing to the freaking flippity flops. My goodness. Anyways, we'll wait for the play clock to click right down to the 1 second mark. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And Ryan Williams will go off the right side. Not a lot of room there. And there we go. The flippity flops call their first timeout. And I think we're going to bring in Basman Hooker for this next play. See if he can go off tackle, get around the edge. But don't like the look we're seeing here. A lot of flippity-flops pinching right up. Let's see what else we can do here. Mesh play. Don't know if we want to put it in the air. Stutter goes. Nah. Halfback dive. Let's go halfback dive. Run it up the gut. Hooker, and he does find some room. A nice run, 6 yards up the gut. The flippity flops call their second timeout, and so this next play will effectively decide what happens for the rest of this practice scenario. If we fail to get the first down, the flippity flops will call their timeout. We'll go up 3, but the flippity flops will have a whole minute to try and advance the ball down the field. If we get the first down, not the touchdown, practice scenario's over. We win. And if we get the touchdown, flippity flops will get a chance to get it back, but they'll be down by 7. So here we go. Let's see what's going to happen. Ryan Williams puts his head down. He gets the first down. And we are going to take this practice scenario. We can just take a knee here. That's actually the best possible scenario. If we'd gotten the touchdown's nice, but the flippity flops get a chance to tie it up with a minute left on the clock. Instead, we can just take a knee with Aaron Rodgers, wait for the clock to hit about 40 seconds, and then take another knee, after which we will be able to kick a field goal. And in the practice scenario, man, this feels good. Get the monkey off the back. Flippity flops going down. At the very least, we're back at 500 with them again, averaging 1,500 points per practice scenario. Very nice. We'll wait to hit the 35-second mark here. Here we go, 35. So the play clock will have an extra 5 seconds on it, and we'll bring out Greg the Leg at this point. We'll wait for the clock to hit 2 seconds, and then we will give the ball to Greg the Leg. He'll give it hell, and we'll go into next week's game. Presumably that will be on the road, as we have not played on the road yet, already in week 3 now. And we'll find out who we play in a moment right after practice. Anyways, here we go. We're going to count it down from 8 here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. The ball is back. The ball is up. The ball is good. 0's on the clock. Bills take the practice scenario over the flippity flops. A beautiful thing. Nice job driving the field. Really heavily aided by the rookies on this squad. Eric Baldwin and Basman Hooker getting involved. Ryan Williams also with a couple of nice carries. Very good work across the board for our boys in blue, white, and red. Anyways, we'll stick with it just to see who we're playing. We'll end the video on that. Keep anticipation alive for Friday's video. That's tomorrow. Join us for episode number 65 then. And it is the Baltimore Ravens. We're going on the road to Maryland to play the Baltimore Ravens, the 2-0 Ravens. We'll see how things play out then. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow for episode number 65. I'm Tuxedo T-Shirt, and I'm out.